Hey, babe.
Okay.
How we managed to pull off 32 years. All right, well, we just can't seem to find the time to sit down and film another video. So we had some errands to run today, so I figured we would take the time. And I bought this new handy dash mount for my car, and that we would try to film a video while we were running our errands.
He's springing it on me,
At the last minute.
so I don't have time to think about what I say.
We have talked about this in the past, though. One of the things that we have seen in others' couples' lives that is a problem, or can be a problem, and it's something that we never did. And that was
Involving your family in your marriage.
that is, yes. I never talked to my parents about her, about anything that I may have had a problem with. And you were the same way.
I never went to my parents and tattled on him to my parents because I felt like that would skew their opinions or their the way they feel or think about him. And no matter how angry or mad I was in the moment, I knew that I didn't need to permanently alter their perception of you.
But I was perfect.
Well, no.
Off camera a few minutes ago, we were laughing about, I asked her, I said, well, what terrible things did I do? And you said what?
Would you like me to list them?
Well, you can, just not the most egregious.
Well, I mean, early on in our marriage, there were a lot of, it was tough. I mean, we went through some stuff, I mean, we had, you were drinking, heavily, and
Yeah, fairly heavily, yeah. I would get drunk on the weekends and drink during the week. It was not good.
and I just didn't want to take that and go to my parents with that kind of information. I didn't think that they needed to know that.
No, they probably didn't. They eventually did know, but, it was after everything had come to a head, and I was seeking help to get my head out of my rear end and pulled together.
But I mean, the point is, every time we had a fight or a little spat, I didn't go to my parents and talk poorly about you.
Yeah, and I've seen a bunch of times you hear, I'm going to my mama's. Well, no. It's maybe time to grow up and figure out how to talk and start working through your problems. And I was not good at it in the beginning at all. Better at it now.
Well, when you let other people, when you go to other people with details about your marriage and problems you're having, you then open yourself up to their opinions and their interpretation of how you should handle it.
Would you quit reading my mind? That's exactly what I was thinking.
And that may not be what's best for your marriage. It may be what was best for them in that situation. But if you as a couple don't learn how to solve your own problems, then I'm afraid you won't have a very successful marriage.
Very likely. This particular topic that I wanted to get on was not also not exclusively about not running back to your parents, but it's to not let anything get in the way of your marriage. And this is up to and including your children. I think we did a pretty good job with disciplining the children, not letting one play the other against, not letting them play both ends against the middle. I think is what I'm trying to say.
Our kids knew better than to if Mama says no, go ask Daddy, or if Daddy says no, go ask Mama. Our kids knew better than that. They knew whatever it was, we would be on the same page.
I would go, okay, what'd your mama say? Or she would go,
did you ask your mama?
Or she would go, did you ask your daddy?
Yeah.
Depending on what it was. And there were times that we would need to discuss something that involved them, and they were not involved when they were little, for sure. This is not a democracy when you're raising kids, and they will use anything they can to get their way. That's just the nature of a kid, and if it means turning mom and dad against each other, they will. And it's just being kids. It's not anything, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not nefarious. It's just a kid trying to get his way.
Yeah, they're not being malicious with it. They're just
being kids.
Testing those limits.
Yeah. So if you don't allow it to begin with, then it shouldn't be a problem. What else? Friends. Your best friend should not be in your ear giving you advice about your wife or your husband.
Right.
Now, if that best friend has some information that the other one should know, that's a different story. I've always heard. Where am I going with that? Man code. I don't particularly buy into man code.
What does that mean?
You're not familiar with man code?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Man code is if I know something my best friend is doing that is detrimental to him, he might not necessarily come to you, but he should come to me and go, hey bro, what you're doing is wrong.
Okay.
You follow me now?
Yeah.
Anything from the way that I spoke to you to he found out I was having an affair or whatever, he might not necessarily need to come to you, but he should come to me. And that can be a problem if you have another friend that is going around to the other spouse and running their mouth in their ear. They should be coming directly to who has the problem. Money.
That's a whole nother topic.
I know that's
money, financial stuff is a conversation. That's its
own conversation, but you can do an honorable mention here.
But I don't think that's what we're talking about here. I think we're talking about going to other people about our marriage.
Fair.
Another thing with our kids is we never badmouthed each other to our children.
Absolutely.
We never. If I
your daddy is such a
right, we that's never, absolutely never.
If your mama would just listen, anything like that.
Yeah, no. Because again, that skews their perception. That puts them in a place where they shouldn't have to be put, to know things they shouldn't have to know, and also can change their perception of one or both parents. And I don't think that's not fair to the kids. And then it's also not fair to your marriage, because then you're opening yourself up for
somebody taking sides. Well, somebody taking sides.
Yeah, one of them taking sides, and potential problems that can arise from that. So we speak of each other in a positive light with our children, with all people in our family.
And I'm not going to sit here and say that my parents or her parents probably never talked to us about the other one. Did your parents ever talk to you about me? At some point, I'm sure they did.
I mean, early on, they probably did with, when you went in and got help for drinking and
Right.
And that other time. They did. But as a general rule, no, my parents didn't really get involved in our marriage at all. I mean, they might say things like, Brian works a lot, or Brian's a good dad, or, things like that. But never really negative stuff. They knew that I wouldn't put up with that.
Yeah, and when we were dealing with financial stuff together and we had asked for some help, and my dad sat down and talked to both of us. He didn't pick one or the other. He admonished both of us equally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we both deserved it. We were both screwing up with our money. So,
That's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago. We don't actually pay all our bills now. Now, I was going to say that we have children now that are of the age of being married, and I have gone to my sons, and I've seen some things, and that I did not like the way they were talking to, or something that they were doing that I didn't think was fair to the spouse.
Right, and that's just being a good parent,
I mean, parenting never ends.
No.
So, if I had something to say to my son, because my dad had done that with me.
I don't feel like that's getting
her.
in the middle of your marriage,
No.
though. That's a, maybe that's still parenting and working on that character.
Yes.
Helping build character in your kids. Even when they're grown, you still have to do that.
Yeah, so don't think that they don't need a rear end kicked occasionally, because they do. Especially in their early 20s. Some in their late 20s. So anyway, we have almost made our destination, and suffice to say, it's don't let anybody get involved in your marriage if you can at all help it. Learn to talk to one another, and sort through your own problems yourself. You can do it. You just got to learn how. Right, babe?
Right.
So, until we can get together again,